A lot of modern gardens have hedges in them, topiaries, forms and shapes. So the one reason that they're used for is simply just to get shapes. Beautiful shapes and contrast that draw our eye into different areas. The other practical reason, of course, is to divide garden rooms. Other reason for hedging, which is probably the most practical, is to screen out the neighbours. Not only from a visibility, but it's quite amazing, large hedges, anything above 1.5 meters in height, help to diffuse noise as well. So there are a few important things that we need to know when it comes to shaping and pruning. Guys, the important thing is that we need to do it lots of little bits in order to keep it looking good. And what that means is that the regular bits of pruning and maintaining help to keep the shape. It also means when you come to do the job, it's not such a monster task. Right, so when we get into this, we're talking about the tools. Guys, very important. So I've got the telescopic hedge shear, Teflon coated, hardened steel blades with an edging over here, which you can see is going to help to grab and hold and move the foliage directly off these blades. Telescopic handle, especially for taller hedges, and when you're short like me, it really helps. The handles are aluminium, which means that it aids with the lightweightness, so it's not so heavy to work with. The handle is rubber, which gives you a good grip. What I do like about it is this little rubber stopper over here. Now, it might look inconsequential, but let me tell you, when you're doing 30 meters of hedging and you've had nothing to buffer this action by, you'll certainly know it in your forearms. If we are dealing with a flat hedge like this, where we want this beautiful tabletop surface, it's important that you hold your hedge lopper at the right angle. Okay, not like that, not in, but very flat. It's slow, methodical, keep it flat, gentle movements. And in that way, we get the look that we're wanting. What I would do, simply just shake the hedge like that a bit, because then you see these little bits that always just pop up. And you can see we are not removing huge amounts at all. Because when you get to removing huge amounts, two things happen. Number one, you end up with bare stems because you're pruning off that top layer of foliage. Plus, the second thing is you put your hedge under severe stress to have to force it to regrow. And so your recovery period of the plant is that much longer. Whereas if you're maintaining it and simply doing little bits like I'm doing now, you're putting the plant through way less stress. When it comes to the sides, folks, very important. And once again, I want you to make sure that you are getting yourself in the right position and removing little bits at a time. The immediate response that we have as gardeners, and it's a human nature thing, is that when we are pruning from top to bottom, is that we start and we go deeper into the plant. If this is wider, okay, at the top than at the bottom, sunlight is not going to be able to get to the bottom because the top section is going to be blocking it. And that's when your hedges lose leaves or just simply don't grow leaves down there. And this is the rule that we use, is that the top of the hedge should be narrower than the base. So you almost want that angle. Do you see that angle? A lot of folks do peg them out when they're doing it, but a very simple method that we use, which works quite well, is just using a simple spirit level. We want that look. So we've got this natural angled growth here. So we know the angle we want to work with, and it's really simple, guys. Keep it across to the angle that you're working at. In this case, we're working up and down on the sides, and we're going to start removing. Now this is looking better. Let's just do a quick test. Pop it against there. We can see it's coming along much better. So you're going to be saying, well, Tanya, does that mean I take off none of this? Obviously, you're going to need to prune a few times to be able to get your perfect shape. So here, I would just remove ever so slightly just to encourage some new growth. Well, that's it, folks. This is how to get a hedge and this is good to go for at least another 2 months. The same principles apply when shaping round balls or mounds or topiaries, as they also are known. So the way I do it to help myself along is I simply turn my shears over. So it makes it easier to get the shape and it helps to minimize mistakes. But the same principle, small amounts removed, work your way around the plant, don't remove too much to maintain the shape. Not only do we need some heavy duty guys like these head shears, a premium hand shear will also come in handy. These little guys really pack a punch with their heat-treated hardened steel, which means they've got added durability and strength. The serrated stainless steel blades means that I can really cut some tough customers with it. It's got molded plastic handles which are comfortable for cutting with fiberglass in here for additional strength. Most importantly, these can be in the kitchen, they can be hanging out in your garage, and when you need to pick a few herbs, deadheading of seedlings, strong and durable will do the job. So from the big guys to the small ones, the right tools for the right job is what we need. Remember, the job isn't done until you've cleaned the tools. So important, folks. And what I prefer to use is just a general lubricant, which you can pick up at your local builders, or a general purpose oil. Spray it over the blades and of the moving parts, and then take a cloth, and if there's any sap or garden debris there, you'll be able to get it off. It's really important to keep your tools in shape and neat, because it just means that they last so much longer. Remember that all these products are available either online at builders.co.za or in store. You must also visit the blog and the website to check out great gardening articles, interesting videos, whether DIY, home improvement, or even a bit of gardening to turn you into a green-fingered guru. Get to Builders and get it done.